It's out there. Honcho, you know what? We'll wait for it to say we're live. And now it says we're live.
It says we're live now.
We were just discussing that Honcho Fed is already out there. You know what? I skipped the introduction.
You did.
Hello and welcome to this week's Gear Report, episode 163 for the 25th of May, 2023. Okay, now we can dive back in and say, we noticed Honcho Fett's out there with his yo, what's up? I'm not sure that's actually how he'd say it. That sounded kind of pathetic in my opinion. But he also has a yo, let's go.
The let's go. That's it.
Yeah. So you choose. Aegis Gun Care correctly seeing.
Oh yeah, we know we're late.
Yeah. So I'm just sitting there yapping away with TJ, and he's like, "Are we gonna light this candle or what?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, we probably should start the show instead of just sitting here yapping in the green room." So let's see. Yo, you're late, says Aegis Gun Care. Thank you so much. Defense Dad here with yo, and I see Gun People and Jeff. Ouch.
Dang.
I mean, lately he's not wrong.
Right. I mean, he's
too busy with other stuff to make it to the range, but still, ouch. I mean, I have feeling.
It's still there, right?
I mean, most people have feelings. I have a feeling.
Just one left.
Yeah, one left. Yeah. I'm only emotionally developed enough to really have one, I think. Yep. Okay. So I'd like to welcome everyone to the program. This guy over here is TJ.
What's up?
Yeah, see, that was good. That was better than my what's up. Good. And then down there, somewhere there he is.
There he is.
There, Mr. Komar.
Absolutely.
In the house.
Absolutely.
Y'all having fun today?
100%.
Having a ball. We were wondering, like, we were sitting there chatting before, like, so everybody out there in the chat and listening is me and Como are on, and like it's already like 0. It says it's showtime, and we're like, no Jeff yet.
And we're like, yo, we need an adult.
I was almost like I should go check my phone and make sure he's not like stuck or injured or something like that. And then all of a sudden, boom, there he is.
Yeah, I was watching the clock and had a little bit of drama today and was discussing that with Mrs. Gear Report, and I was like, oh crap, I got to get up there. So yeah. And honestly, if I'd have skipped the last pit stop before the show, I'd have been here perfectly on time. But that's dangerous. I'm not willing to do that, because if I do, then I have to use my That's Not Apple Juice bottle. And frankly, doing that while on camera weirds me out. The thought of doing it. All right.
Everybody watching the show will know what you're doing when you do the little shake at the end, but everybody listening will have no idea.
They'll see my face go from the. They'll see the brow uncrinkle as the pressure is relieved and be like, "What is going on there?"
Just been muted for like 5 minutes now. Like, I know he's busy.
Yeah. So I have committed not to do that. Let's see. Shots fired. Yeah, I think Defense Dad was firing some shots there, but that's all right. Yeah, we'll keep that in mind. I'm sure he'll get what's coming to him at some point. Probably. I don't know. Although I know. Okay. I'm afraid to ask this because I have a very delicate ego. And, did anyone see I was on another program yesterday? Did anyone happen to take that in?
I mean, I knew you were. I didn't get to watch it.
Yeah, that's what I figured. I think that was the first time I was on the John Crump show. And I'm pretty sure, unless I was on it and just forgot about it, but I'm pretty sure. And I felt bad because Flying Rich and I started talking about airplane stuff, and Crumpy's just sitting there like the whole show. And at some point he's like, this kind of sucks that you guys keep talking. I don't know anything about what you're talking about.
That's I was like,
Jeff
was like, "Are you going to be able to make it?" I was like, "Oh, I got a ton of work to do, and I'm trying to paint." I ended up painting till 3 a.m. But if I'd have stopped, I'd have just plowed through all night. But I was like, "You guys are going to start talking about like 3D printing or airplanes or something," and I have no idea about anything about. And I was just sitting there like,
"Yeah, yep."
So,
yeah, that's how it went. I thought it was kind of a
darn. I missed it.
Gotcha. We talked about survival stuff.
Okay.
We talked about
sounds like
lots of
airplanes.
airplane stuff. Yeah. And yeah, like you said, 3D printing. Those are really the big topics. We hit a little bit of gun stuff here and there, and events that we run into each other. And of course, Rich had to make a big dramatic point about saying, "Where's TJ? Where's TJ? Hey, where's TJ?" Like, dude, shut up. Yeah. Yeah. So that was kind of interesting. And I've been around John Crump a number of times, and I absolutely love the work that he does. He does some pretty intense investigative journalism, and really uses Freedom of Information Act and other resources, and has a pretty good network of people who share information with him to get information out there that numerous folks in various parts of our government would rather the public weren't aware of. So he does a great service, and it was an honor to be on his show. So if you didn't catch that and you'd like to, use your internet skills to go figure out where John Crump's show is available in replay, and you can watch that.
There you go.
Yeah, because it was fun. Let's see. We have a couple articles.
Do we
share the screen? We're going to go to the entire screen number 2.
I didn't look ahead of time because I know I don't have anything up there. So
yeah,
so I don't think so. No, I don't. It's always a crapshoot. Like I'm always like when I show up for the show. Yeah, there you go. See, when Rich asks, just say TJ's on assignment. Covert Gear Report assignment.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do we got?
Oh man, my network is fighting back here. Well, that's what I'm trying to get to, but at least on my end, it's taking forever to put up on the screen. All right,
and your robot.
So
we can tell because you're starting to robot a little bit. You're using all the bandwidth you have. I'm giving her all she's got. It's just like, oh, my poor bandwidth. All the kids off TikTok.
I've learned that when it really slows down, I just have to stop talking for a minute, and then maybe it'll come back. But if I keep trying to talk, it prolongs it. So, so the first thing is just the reminder that yes, we do rip the audio as soon as the show's over and publish it as an audio podcast format on all the different, I don't know. I mean, we got Amazon, Apple Podcasts, Pandora, Spotify, Stitcher, YouTube, iHeartRadio. Those are all podcast places. And then we've got it available in video format and I don't actually see that on here. I need to add that.
And a plethora of
we got
sites.
down here. It'll show up on Rumble and usually one or more of the YouTube channels. I think we're on the main Gear Report channel and the Gear Report Firearms channel. I keep trying to only do the Gear Report Firearms channel. And for whatever reason, people who show up week after week just don't want to do it on that channel, apparently. So I keep reluctantly putting it back on the main channel so that I can say, hey, if you're watching on the main channel, please go look at Gear Report Firearms and watch on that channel and subscribe on that channel so that we can build some watch time and get that one monetized. Because those tens of dollars that we have potential to get every year from YouTube could make or break
year.
me.
Like that every year. That the pennies daily we could get.
Yeah, YouTube is. Oh man. Well, you said plural. That could be penny daily, but
it could be.
I mean, that's how YouTube is if you're a gun channel.
Yeah.
So anyhow, that was our first one, and really, I like to bring this to people's attention so you can see all the places on Rumble and YouTube and Odyssey, the different places the podcast are, all the different socials that you can consume Gear Report content. And if you look at the very bottom, I'm not going to scroll all the way down just for privacy reasons, But if you're not getting remotely, I've actually put TJ's home address at the bottom of this. You can scroll all the way to the bottom. You can go get some TJ like in person. I've done it and I recommend it.
Yeah. Listen,
I mean,
I also
there's plenty of booze at the house. I'm throwing it out there.
Visited the address. That's as far. Oh my goodness. You are going to have visitors. I was trying to get a joke. Now it's like,
Well, they got to be prepared to
I
drink.
may have to head your direction pretty soon.
Down.
Okay. So I would like to talk about this young man whose comment I'm trying to put on the screen. There we go. Do you know what a plethora is? Of course I do, Honcho Fett. And I'm going to reveal the secret identity of Honcho Fett, otherwise known as Mitch, the author of this review of a Scalawag Tactical Deep Six.
Ooh.
Is it Karambit? Karambit? How do you guys say it?
Karambit.
Oh, Karambit. Yeah, there you go. There's a different one. I don't know. I'd call it whatever I want to, I suppose. And we're on recent reviews.
The curve
knife. To change that. So anyhow, the curved knife. He gave it 4 out of 5. That's pretty good. That's really good, actually. And he even tells you what a karambit is, or karambit, kurambic, karambiak. Yeah, it's an Indonesian curved knife. And I'm not going to try to pronounce
it right up there for you.
Claw that it is modeled after. Man, yeah, he's got some really interesting stuff in there that I can't pronounce. So we'll just scroll on and say, if you would like to learn more about this type of knife or this specific knife, then there is a really interesting review article that I'm going to recommend to you. And not only that, should my internet cooperate, I'm going to click over to the comments section and drop a link to that article. All right, so okay, I'm going to show you how Honcho Fett says how to pronounce it in theory. All right, is it on the screen yet? The slow internet makes it really difficult. He says karambit, I guess.
Yep.
I don't know. But then I like how Gary comes back. He spells out in a way that even I can understand a little bit more clearly. He spells out the karambit at the front and the emphasis on the ram in the middle. Yeah.
We need the snob breakdown of how it's pronounced. Wouldn't sound anything like anything else.
Oh, gee. Yeah. I don't know how to write in hillbilly, so I'm not even sure what that would look like.
We'll find out if he shows up.
All right. And now before we dive into the Tifosi Dolomite 2.0 prescription sunglasses, that's a new one from Caleb, our hunting editor. I would like to invite Komar to put his 2 cents in on anything he'd like, because it just occurred to me that in this whole program, I think I've only given him an opportunity to say like 3 words, and I feel bad about that.
Don't put up with that, Komar. You speak when you want to. Don't listen to Jeff.
That's right. That's right.
You can take over the show if you want.
I was feeling.
Just let me know. Give me the nod. I'll mute him, and then.
Snob would say, yeah, he probably would. Or I like the way Gary, crooked knife, or defense.
Left.
Everyone's diving on Snob because he's not here.
I know.
Screw it. It's a curved knife.
Show up.
Maybe he would. I don't know. Still waiting to see Snob was going to submit a written article.
Ooh.
And he has not done that yet. So, don't you have some Tifosi in the queue
dude.
that you're working on too, TJ?
I've got 3 different ones. They have some
All
ballistics for shooting. They have regular sunglasses, and then I've got a pair of the blue light blocking ones that I use all the time when I'm writing reviews now.
Wow.
That Killian, the little bastard, stole from me.
Yeah.
To play video games with.
Really? So they're not there at your desk?
Nope.
Yeah. Dang. Yeah, I was going to say, well, put them on then. On.
No, I'll wear them.
Well,
I'll wear them
apparently,
next week.
yeah, really.
He gets a lot more screen time than I do. I get minimal compared to him. I'd rather him wear them, but I'll steal them from him. Like, dude, you oh wait, he doesn't have a job. I was gonna say, you have a job, but he doesn't have a job.
But you're doing work when you get screen time.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. 4.5 out of 5 gears.
Ooh,
that's high praise. And I'm gonna roll the dice and freshman open our gears rating explained here. If this doesn't bring the internet down, I don't know what will.
Jeff will just vanish from the screen.
Roboting yet? It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Just a second ago.
4.5, likely the best product in its class. Likely the best product in its class and price point. That is very much high praise right there.
Yep. They're
okay.
I mean, really,
just so we know what we're talking about here. You may want to go if you like sunglasses. Yeah, you may want to go take a look at these. Certainly, I would expect for the non-prescription model. I wonder. I'm afraid maybe one of you guys wants to click on the link for prescription model. I'm afraid if I click it, my internet will completely crap to bed right here, and we'll be done. But all right,
for the non-prescription model,
there we go. He even modeled them. Look at that. I figure the non-prescription model is probably
the Dolomite,
reasonably priced. I would expect, Dolomite 2.0. I would expect the prescription model to cost more. I don't know how much more.
I don't know either. Now I have to search down and what are they? I'm trying to see what they look like. I love having 2 screens.
They look like the ones on the screen right now. Yeah.
Like right now. Okay.
All right, we'll get back. You guys let me know.
I'll keep searching. They have hundreds of pairs of Dolomite 2.0.
Internet.
Prescription readies are $70.
Yeah.
Which is pretty freaking cheap. I'm looking to see if they have a non-prescription.
So I thought here in the recent reviews, again, I've published so many videos in the last couple weeks that have not made it on the main Gear Report website yet. They just exist either in Amazon or on the YouTubes or wherever YouTube's gets copied to. I thought I'd show at least point at one here. I don't want to actually try to play it and completely crash the internet. But that is a new 3D printer.
Crash your internet.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the internet that's important to me. So, what Chris is one of the original contributors at Gear Report, and he did firearms years ago, and he's been doing 3D printing lately. And he got a brand new, like he was on the wait list and got the like pre-launch one of the units or one of the very first units out there. So I went over to his house when it arrived and we shot some unboxing. We did unboxing, assembly, the self-test and setup section, and then the first test print. And all of that comes together in this one video that I popped up there a couple hours ago. And you can see it is screaming along. I don't know if you can zoom in enough to see. that it has a velocity meter on here. You know, a video is doing good on the YouTubes when they put a velocity meter. It's showing a ripping 1 view per hour, which doesn't make sense because it's been up for 2 hours and it has 24 views. I wasn't a math major, but that should be 12 views per hour, right? But whatever, they call it 1 view per hour. Anyhow, that is a very hot product. I'm happy to see how that does here and then in Amazon as well. And you can see some other things that have been put up there recently on this channel.
Right. For Defense Dad's answer to his question in there, it says 144. So 144, 145 for prescriptions. That's prescription clear lenses.
Yeah.
In the sunglasses. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Not bad.
If you have any interest in this 3D printing stuff, there's some additional shorts videos, and there will be more up here in the next couple days. That's on the regular, the OG Gear Report channel. On Gear Report Guitars.
Oh yay. Snob's here. He must have heard us talking about him.
I don't think a single thing has come in for guitars since last week. The Guitar-mageddon portion of the program just ain't going to happen this time. This is going to have to serve as Guitar-mageddon. It's just showing you that we've got some new videos up on the Guitar Gear Report video channels, and we got a few, some unboxing and overviews of a 5-string bass, an Epiphone SG, and a couple others, and then some shorts on a bunch of different guitar stuff that have been published recently. And then on the Camping Gear Report channel, we've got some longer, kind of more in-depth reviews in the kind of horizontal format. And then I've been trying to schedule 1 or 2 of the vertical format shorts a day that pertain to treks at Philmont Scout Ranch, because we are almost at the beginning of trek season. So I'm trying to hit that target audience.
God, you're
lots of different videos. Lots of videos I shot last summer when I was actually on the trail. So anyhow, that is what we have for new stuff that I'm aware of on my end.
You have trek season, we have hurricane season.
Yeah. And this year, my plan, it's looking pretty solid that I will not be trekking this year. Because just like last year I published, I mean, who knows? This time last year I wasn't going to trek either. But then, a week before I hit the trail, I got a note from someone saying, "Hey, we just lost a critical adult and we need a replacement. Can you do it?" And it's like, yeah, if it's paid for, sure. And this year, I don't even know if I can do it, even if it's paid for. I don't know. We'll see. But if someone really needs me, like their trek will be canceled if I don't go, and they pay for everything, then I'll probably go do it. But otherwise, it ain't gonna happen.
Take another fun train ride.
It was neat doing the train ride. If you've never spent, a couple days, going halfway across the country via train, you should do it at least once, because it's kind of a neat experience. I recommend, if you're going to do it, you probably want to get a sleeper car, because trying to do it in the, the steerage area where you just have like what's better than an aircraft seat, a commercial airplane seat, but only marginally better. That's kind of a rough way to travel.
Yeah, I've always wanted to do that on a train, going cross country.
Yeah. Yeah, it was interesting. I don't know that I actually want to do it again, but
yeah,
it was definitely
I'll do it once. I'm pretty sure of that. Just once.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny, Snob. Well, I know. So you look at it that way. I can only get a few drinks in on a plane.
Yeah.
How many drinks can I get in on a train? Dear Lord.
Well, but you got to keep in mind that Yeah, I was traveling with scouts where that's
I
for
would not
both.
do that.
Like you are not allowed to do that. But I'd also worry, like I'm clumsy to begin with, and
The train throw you off a little bit when you're
well,
walking and
the
stuff.
train is it's going even just going straight. You get a little bit of bumpiness that can knock you over, and then you go around a curve, and once you get the bumpiness with the kind of centripetal force throwing you out towards the outboard side of the turn. You combine that, and even sober, I about fell and hurt myself a few times. So
Score tall.
yeah,
It has more of an effect on tall people than
it does. It does. Yep. So
like
anyhow,
Ghost and Trey could just wander around there like nothing.
right, right, yeah. So let's see here. Reviews that will be published soon. I am not going to commit to anything because I have lots to choose from, and I don't know which direction I'll go. I mean,
There you
I
go.
know video wise, I've got a whole bunch of stuff queued up. I probably have 40 videos uploaded to the various
Dang.
different YouTube channels that I'm going in every day and picking one or two off of each channel to publish and trying to spread them out that way. And those are just the ones I've already uploaded. I've probably got a couple hundred that I could and would like to upload at some point. I just haven't gotten around to it.
Really?
Dude, I've been cranking videos. I mean, look, why do you think I haven't shaved? I don't have time. Dude,
And notice there wasn't one Hobo Jeff comment.
I know. So I all I do is I swing this little arm out with a little thing here to hold the camera pointed down. I plug my little wireless mic system into it, and I put one of these little cutting boards down below it to give a nice little backdrop, and I do my little product reviews on there. And I say all I do. That's not all I do. I do a variety of different types. Those are the quickest and easiest ones. So, yeah, it's been an absolute blast. It's been a joy.
Well, there you go.
As far as you know.
As far as we know, it sounds like a joy. I can tell by the tone of your voice.
Yeah. So who knows what I'll have coming up soon? I don't know. If anyone missed last week's show when we had Ron from Riker USA on, I just looked over at my whiteboard where I took notes on an event, a train the trainer course that they have going on here shortly. I got all my notes here. I noticed, TJ, that there was and Kobar as well. I noticed that there was an email from Ron, I think yesterday evening or early this morning. I don't remember, with all those details. I hadn't read it yet, but that's like a early mid-June event. Who knows?
Yeah.
I may wander down towards the coast of North Carolina and hang out.
That's drivable for you.
With the tactical people. Lord knows I'd learn something because I'm pretty much incompetent. So that'd be pretty neat.
Just like you show up, you're like, listen, treat me like a child. I'm like, okay.
A slow child.
A slow child.
Much. Yeah.
I'm putting my helmet on right now.
Yeah. People think I've got those bump helmets in my Humvee because they look military and it's nice kind of set dressing when I set up at a car show or
Jeff's
something.
required by law to wear them when he drives now.
Yeah, pretty much. It's definitely something like that. It's been advised at least. Yeah. So what do you have coming up soon?
I've got to get I'm gonna get that Evolve 15 from 5150. That's gonna get done here this weekend.
Good.
And then a bunch of the Tifosi stuff, I've got all that close. And then the duty coat and stuff, I'm finishing up on all that.
Yeah.
On the
I
got a lot of stuff going on.
Speaking of one of those, we don't have to name any names here, but I will tell you that you're laughing. You know what I'm going to say. You did not answer a phone call today. And when you didn't answer, my number was the next one dialed. And an hour and a half later, it was a great discussion, as it always is.
It always is.
Great discussion with a great American.
It always is.
But it was an hour and a half.
He called me, and he always calls me like I'm in the middle of working, and I'm like, dude, I'm holding up a shelf. I've got the screw gun, and I'm just like, there's no way I can answer the phone right now, dude. I've got the level on it. I'm trying to get everything level, and it's the stupid wire shelf, so you got to put the brackets in and everything. I'm like, this sucks. So
it is never a 5-minute call.
No.
Oh yeah, too. So I saw the location. I don't have the name didn't pop up, but the location. And I only know one person that calls from there. I was like, oh, TJ didn't answer the phone. I know it.
I couldn't.
Yep.
Plus the client was right there too, because she's like, oh, can you raise the shelf up a little higher? I'm like, sure, whatever you want, lady. Let's go. You know me. I'm just mellow, like whatever you want.
All right. So do either of you guys know anything about the answer to this question? Do we hear anything about the motion on the brace verdict?
They don't really know what it's going to affect. It's going to do something, but they don't know the expanse of what it's going to cover. So
yeah,
they're going to try to get clarification. They're going to try to get clarification on it this week. But
my understanding is the way that it was written speaks specifically to the petitioner, right? Speaks specifically to the named parties. But they're like, but that's kind of ridiculous because we're not speaking for 4 people. We're speaking for every American. So they're asking for clarification. I do believe that it is the belief that the judge's intent was to apply to everybody, was to apply to the rule, not to the parties. But the way it was written. So,
Yeah, because when I was on Crump's show yesterday, I said something about, I hadn't really been following it because frankly, every time I think about it, it's like an aerobic workout all in itself because my blood pressure spikes and stays up for like 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So, which is nice because I don't have to go anywhere to get a workout, but I get my heart exercise in that way. But I said, I'm waiting to see something meaningful happen. He's like, what do you mean waiting? Something happened yesterday. I was like, yeah, but I heard that only applied to like 3 or 4 people. And he's like, well, yeah, okay. So
there's so much that's out there, you like, can I just take the brace off? Or oh no, now I can't take the brace off and put it in the same room. There's so much, I've heard varying different things you could do and you couldn't do. So there were more clarification is definitely needed in all that stuff.
And so it brings me back to something I remember just being ripped apart in some discussion groups a few years ago when the HPA was going around and I was saying, no, it's not going to pass. Of course not. Something's going to happen. It's not going to pass. It makes too much sense. And even if it did pass, it's a poor compromise anyway. It's like, we need to just take these things off of the NFA. NFA shouldn't exist, and making incremental steps forward still feels like taking steps backwards. But
hold on. There we go.
Oh, yeah, that's a good call.
Feel better. I forgot about that. Dude.
Yeah, how did I forget that?
I feel better now that's up there.
So I said something back then, like a little tangent of, someone said, well, it doesn't matter because they'll change their mind anyway. I was like, and people have said this for years that there are people who actually get upset about pistol braces. Like, well, they're just skirting the law. I'm like, well, hell yeah, that's got something to do with why some people like them, and then there are others who actually really need them for what they were initially designed for. But I've thought all along, like I've had this suspicion that the ATF was waiting till they hit kind of a critical mass, whatever. I don't know what number they were looking for, but when they felt like there were enough people out there that they could say, okay, now we're going to change. We have enough. Do we have enough? Okay, good. We have enough. Now we're going to change the rule and we're going to make felons out of everyone. And we're going to do it to make political hay for the people who put us in our positions. And I honestly believe that's what's happening right now, is that I don't think it has anything to do with safety or public interest. I think it is purely a political play to support the Democrats who have decided that guns are going to be how they get elected. And that's a shame That is a true breakdown of an abuse of our political system. But that's what I think. What is this? I will definitely agree with defense debt. Another point that I've made over and over that that I just don't understand, and I feel like it could be a worthwhile play for us. Is it just doesn't make sense that the BATFE has a number of things under their purview. They put the bulk of their time and effort and resources and budget towards firearms, which are, as far as I can tell, the absolute lowest number of injuries and deaths of any of the things that they have purview over. If this were a private company, they'd have run themselves bankrupt by now. Like, why do we tolerate as citizens that them putting all this time and effort into trying to save people's lives and protect people by focusing on the least impactful, and not just a little bit least impactful, like exponentially least impactful thing that they have coverage over? It makes zero sense whatsoever. Aside from the real reason is it's political. It has nothing to do with safety. But I feel like it would be very hard, in the face of real numbers, how do people argue against that? Rational people. Well, and there's a problem because
That's
can't
the problem.
assume people to be rational. But anyhow.
All right, I gotta go roll. I gotta go pick up Betty. The power's out down there.
Oh,
So
no.
I wanted to show off the Live Free Armory with the duty coat stuff real quick.
Yeah, let me give you
Before
the
I leave.
screen for a second.
All right, this is the 8.6 blackout build that I'm working on from Live Free with the duty coat on there.
That's quick, man.
You see, I've already got some dings on it because I've been throwing it around in the safe.
Anonymous one.
That's that
types
51
build,
or the
build.
Phoenix weaponry.
Yeah.
Handguard with the the bronze.
Ooh, look at that.
The bronze barrel from.
So, and that's duty coated as well, right?
Yep.
Like you just said, you know what?
Yeah,
I want to take that. Yeah. And just painting everything.
Well, because I got this handguard, you can see through it. So I'm like, well, you know what? Let's color it up. So so that's it. So it turned out pretty good. The stuff is so easy to spray on and everything. Turned out good.
Yeah.
Got some sheen. I already got a bunch. I've been testing it out. I just take it and I throw it in my gun safe every day. Like I don't even set it, I just throw it in there.
Oh my goodness.
Let's go. Do it.
Dude, if I'm testing it, I'm testing it.
Yep. The only times that I've shipped duty coat, it has shipped the metal underneath.
I shipped it with the I told Jeff that handguard that he got, the Live Free lower won't let the guide rods go past it.
Not the handguard. You're talking about the
pistol brace. Sorry,
brace.
Pistol brace. Yeah. The guide rods won't go into the lower, so that I've dinged up both sides of it, just trying to cram that thing in. I was like, it'll fit. Oh, it's not going to fit.
You spit on the sides, push a little harder, it'll fit.
No, it won't. Oh. I had to hammer to it. That's what scratched it.
Oh my!
So that's why I got the regular buffer tube on it, and I'm just going to I've got the suppressors out of jail now, so I'm just going to pin and weld it to the barrel and make it a legal rifle.
Yeah, nice.
So there we go. But yeah, the stuff's awesome. If I can do it, anybody can do it.
Well, I don't know about that, but
well, almost anybody.
But that's good.
I'm only semi-competent.
I can relate to that. So, and I know the manufacturer is very eagerly awaiting your write-up and report on this. So.
That's why I'm working on that one. But I got let's say the Evolve and then that one.
Yep,
right there.
Yeah, both companies eagerly awaiting.
I know.
So,
I'm under the gun. I got to get off my ass.
Yeah, says the guy who was up almost all night working. So
It's up till 3.
yep. And
I
now
would have
you're
stayed. I
running-
would have stayed up all night if the paint would have dried all the way, and I could have put the second coat on. I would have done it, but it was still tacky. So
yeah. And now you're running to
I'm
do
so
family
tired.
stuff.
Yeah,
so,
Betty's out of power, and her she's on oxygen. So the
Oh,
her portable one is at like 50%, and they said the power's not going to get back on until like 2 in the morning.
all right.
So
Well, go get her, man.
I gotta
We
go get her.
appreciate you being here while you could. Thanks, and safe travels running down
Thanks, Palm
to
Bay.
do right by your family.
Yeah, damn family.
That's what it is, brother.
All right, we'll see y'all.
Yep.
I'm out.
Later.
Perfect.
All right. So did you bring stuff that you coded to show us as well?
I have one. I've got one handgun. Not right here.
Yeah. Well, and it just occurred to me that we didn't bother to give the disclaimer that like that was not a functioning firearm that he showed, and it looked like it could be in the beginning, and then when he, just took the handgun off,
Slid all the parts off of it.
Yeah, like that's just kind of held together, but yeah,
Yeah.
since we knew that it was not a finished firearm and not in a fireable condition, we didn't think to mention that, but yeah. All right. So what do you have going on that you want to talk about?
God, what the? Yeah, I'm working on. Just like last week. Really, I'm working on some of the same stuff, but it's not for disclosure at this juncture.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, working on some ghost gunning stuff with a couple different groups. So.
Yeah, awesome. And every time you mention that company, I'm like, crap, I got to call Chris because he was super engaged and wanting to talk. And then once I got back to him, like when he wanted to talk, I didn't have time. Like I was dead buried. And 2 days later, when I'm like, okay, now it's time, I think the time had passed for him. So I got to get back to him. Re-engage, make that happen.
Yeah, let me know if you need me to reach out again and get things spun up.
I'll try to get a hold of him and get that started again here shortly.
Cool.
One of the things, I'll tell you something that amazes me, I've been waiting on for a while, is I have had these cups. They're like the big Yeti cups that are painted. It's a stainless with paint, and you can see what's left of a sticker that I put on here back before my vinyl cutter got knocked off a table while I was at SHOT Show and broken. But what I've wanted to do is I've had a laser engraver for a while, but I never had the rotator, so you really can't engrave something curved unless you have a rotator. But one showed up a couple days ago and I haven't even had time to cut it open yet. So
the rotary device is definitely a way to go.
Yeah.
The newest version of Lightburn has something in it where you can tell it the shape, specifically for cylinders. You can tell it the shape, and it will do some magic, and it'll do some math, and it will laser it around the surface such that it looks as if it was a rotary. And I've heard of people. So I got my rotary, I got it set up and was using it, and I was able to do some mugs and barrels and things, and that was cool. And then I watched a video on people using, and I can't remember what the function is called, but it essentially just wraps, and it is wild.
But you're using it with a fiber laser, right?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, and that'll probably work.
And what are you using?
I'm using just the little, hobbyist blue LED type laser. And the focal point's critical.
Yeah.
So you can't go around because your distance from the work
depth of focus
too much.
Got it. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyhow, that's exciting, and I'm looking forward to playing with that at some point. And I'm probably going to be able to do that this weekend, I hope, because I was supposed to be out of town. I was supposed to take my scouts to the Sea Scout Academy this weekend, and between weather and the scout, well, I only had one scout that was able to go, and due to some family things, that scout is not able to go now. So that means I don't need to go, which means I don't have to drive like 5 hours out to the coast in Virginia and spend Saturday, Sunday, and Monday there. I can actually be at home and get some stuff done. So that's exciting.
Nice.
I will shoot lots of videos. I will hopefully get some more uploaded, not just on Amazon, but out where real people can see them. And I really want to get that set up and start working with that rotator to see what kind of cool stuff I can churn out with that.
You can definitely do some cool stuff. I looked it up. Lightburn calls it cylinder correction.
Yeah.
We'll correct for the cylinder, but yeah, if your focal depth is shallow, then it doesn't matter. I've got a 50-watt fiber, and so it loses a lot of power when it is out of focus. However, if all I'm doing is knocking paint off stainless steel, you don't need 50 watts. That's 50 watts will burn through aluminum.
Sure.
So
yeah.
Paint off,
So
no big deal.
Yeah, so I'm excited about that. Don't know that I have gotten on a kick of testing wireless Wi-Fi security cameras lately. Mostly solar powered, some that are plug-in powered. So I'll play with some of those this weekend as well. Which my kids really, they're like, seriously, Dad? Because I mean, they're getting to the age where it's not like I have to worry about them sneaking out. You know, like the youngest is 18. So a couple years ago when I started putting cameras up, they're like, really? Like, you're going to bust us every time we try to do anything. And I'm like,
Yep.
Pretty much. Yeah. All right.
Absolutely.
All right. Anything else exciting happening in your neck of the woods that you are allowed to talk about?
No. But I'll no, unfortunately. God, I got a couple things, but we'll talk after this, and I'll fill you in, and maybe next time.
Yeah, cool. All right, I think with that, I have piles of stuff for the videos I'm doing for Amazon. I literally have just piles of boxes just off camera. Like if I tip the camera down, you'd see boxes everywhere back here. And I thought about maybe showing some of those, but I'm not gonna. I'll wait and get some videos published and people can see that stuff at their leisure at that point. So with that, I think I would like to thank everyone who made comments out there, kept the show lively. Thanks, TJ, for showing up on 2.5 hours of sleep or whatever and staying as long as he could. Thank you, Mr. Komar, for being with us yet again and making the show more interesting and entertaining. So we'll be back next Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern time. Who knows what we're going to talk about? Because I never know. Sometimes I have an idea. Sometimes it's like, let's fire it up. The wife will ask me before the show, what are you talking about tonight? Like, whatever we want to. Who knows? So, yeah, that's what we could have happening next week. You'll have to tune in to find out. Until then, where's the button? My mouse went dead. There it is. Until next time, we'll see you at the range.